The Steelers have been making some big moves this offseason, bringing in Russell Wilson, trading wide receiver Deontay Johnson, and it's going around that the Steelers are not done. They're looking to make a splash move at the wide receiver position, and they said they are interested in wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk from the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Aiyuk got word of it himself. He sent a tweet out to Mike Tomlin, spicing up the situation. So it's going around that the Steelers are interested in making a trade for Brandon Aiyuk. There was other names out there, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, and players like that. But Brandon Aiyuk seems like it's the one sticking. And if you look at it, Brandon Aiyuk is looking for a contract with the San Francisco 49ers. This is what this is all about. I guess they're getting ready for the Brock Purdy contract. So, guys like Aiyuk, you can't sign your other players when you have your quarterback. That's why they say the window. When you're not paying your quarterback, you gotta hit it. You gotta strike right then and there, because once you start paying your quarterback, you see it like the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. Now all the players are gone. So Brandon Aiyuk, said to be on the market, and the Jacksonville Jaguars were interested in Brandon Aiyuk. The compensation for them, first round pick and a player. So if you're the Steelers, if you're thinking about using your first round pick on a wide receiver, then you may have to throw in Calvin Austin, because they wanted a wide receiver from the Jaguars. So just trying to even out the deal. So you may have to throw in Calvin Austin in the deal in a first round pick, if that's what you're willing to do. If you were thinking about investing a first round pick on a receiver, then Brandon Aiyuk, a proven wide receiver. You look at Brandon Aiyuk, big body guy. Arthur Smith is going to want to run the ball a lot. You can use him a lot in the blocking, but we all know his talents on the receiving game. The Pittsburgh Steelers seen him game 1 last season. He did a nice job on him, scoring a few touchdowns, and not just on the Steelers, just all throughout the year. Had a good year. And that's why he wants to get paid. He's a good wide receiver, and he will go good on the other side of George Pickens, man. Brandon Aiyuk, George Pickens on the outside. You're still going to need a slot, So, and that's what the thing with trading Deontay Johnson created a need for the wide receiver position. But one thing about the Steelers, they do draft the wide receivers, which I believe they're still going to do. And that's what making trading for, Brandon Aiyuk tricky as of right now. The asking price first round pick, maybe you wait it out. The longer it goes, and the longer this goes, the lower the price gets, and you can maybe get him for, a little lower compensation, kind of like how you did Justin Fields. They wanted a second round pick at first, it was said. Went down a little bit to a third and maybe a little bit more. And the Steelers ended up, waiting out after the combine and things like that, and ended up getting him for a 6th round pick. So maybe the Steelers might want to play the waiting game. The Jacksonville Jaguars was other team interested, and there may be some other teams, but, serious offers will only be considered, for a guy like that. So, man, Brandon Aiyuk on the Steelers, man, that would be a nice, like I said, him and George Pickens will be a nice combination, man. You want to surround, and I understand why the Steelers are interested in Brandon Aiyuk, man. When you get Russ for 1.2 and then you make the trade for Fields, you want to surround those guys, whichever one of those guys are in the lineup, with as much as weapons as you can, and especially when you're not paying either one of them that much. So you want to give both of them as much as opportunity to make as many plays as you can, for your offense. And like I said, the Steelers have been making splash moves. Hey, man, if this wasn't this offseason, maybe people wouldn't put no stock into it. But after seeing what the Pittsburgh Steelers have been doing this offseason, man, people are, you can't rule it out. It's a new day. So, the Steelers, I think, there's real interest, and I think that Omar Khan, man, he knows how to play. He knows how to do it. And I think they're just going to wait it out to see if the compensation for Brandon Aiyuk can drop just a little bit, get it lower than that first round pick, because the Steelers have other needs you want to get. You need a center still. Didn't get a center in free agency, so you're going to need a center. And if you give up a first round pick for Brandon Aiyuk, then that means you're going to start your draft in the second round, and you have to address other needs starting with the second round. So you'll have your guy in Aiyuk, but you'll still need another slot guy that you're going to have to draft, or somebody you can put in the middle. You feel comfortable putting in the middle, that can play the slot. So that's the only thing. And then the money, you're going to have to sign them to a long contract as well, because you don't want to just trade for Brandon Aiyuk for just this year, unless you thinking you're just a Brandon Aiyuk away from the Super Bowl and you can rent him for 1 year and get what you need, go over the top. But I think it's a little bit more than that. So you will want to keep him around for a little bit longer, for your quarterbacks that you brought in, so that's where it gets tricky at the compensation. But if anybody can work a deal and get the compensation lowered, who else than Omar Khan, man? You see what he's been doing. He got Patrick Queens. He got his deal lower than what people thought it was going to be. Got Justin Fields, for a 6th round pick. He got a 3rd round pick for Kenny Pickett. 2nd round pick for Chase Claypool. Omar Khan, aka the Khan artist, man, he can make it happen. So, and the longer this drags out, the more it favors the Steelers. So we'll just have to see what goes on with the Brandon Aiyuk trade to the Steelers. Is picking up steam, and like I said, man, if anybody can get it done, it's Omar Khan. So we'll see. We'll have to see what's going on. Let me know what you think about Brandon Aiyuk possibly going to the Steelers. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.